I think it's just the connection of the love of writing, the way writing has really saved our lives, and then the shared and completely different sort of horror that came into our lives.
When I said my dad had just snapped, and he wasn't a bad person, I felt that no one could really understand that. Day before, my dad asked me if I was going to sleep over, and I said no. He just said, okay, you should stay with your mom anyway. I knew in my head he meant for me to stay because I'm the oldest and because he wanted my mom and I to take care of each other. He didn't want to leave her all alone. And, I think it's because he really loved her in his own way. I met Kim my freshman year when I was in her poetry class.
You can hold Daisy like you normally hold Daisy in a minute.
Kim basically asked me, what can I do to help? And I just kind of started breaking down a little bit. I talked about how I feel like these bad things keep happening to me. And that's when I told her about kind of my background.
I just felt like, wow, I've felt that feeling before too. I had a lot of trauma as a little kid, and then the murder, was just so horrific. It still will never make sense because he was a really good person and a really good dad, and he still is. He's my best friend.
If you feel you're being victimized or exploited by this prisoner, please contact GTL customer service. To accept this call, press.
Hey, you're on speaker.
I was in the hole when I read it. They slid it under my door, the advanced reader's copy. It's surreal and weird and lonely. There just seemed like so much life going on, and then where I was revisiting that was, I don't know, profound.
My siblings and my dad were labeled bodies A through F. The body they don't list is me, body G. And then Kim told me that is a great title. Tuan Dao thought hard about the decision he made as he drove into the Chevron gas station in what seemed to be the blackest night he had ever lived through. He found himself going back into the car with all the weapons to destroy everything. Would he? Blood pours from your wrist, a slow, quiet death. You can go with them, your brothers, your sister, in peace. I parallel a lot of what my father was thinking, what I was thinking right before I attempted suicide.
She sort of walked through the darkest part of her soul in her book and created art. And that's brave and that's hard.
And I've been struggling since then, but I know that I am supposed to be here.